here's a game that was really wild, so I just want to show you guys what happened here. It also beautifully shows how you play in a spell lobby now as Omu, how you high roll, and at the end there's also a little bit of an update, so stick around. Now turn 1, Tavern Tipper. Tavern Tipper is not an amazing card, but on Omu it works pretty well if you don't have a token, because as you will see here, it's just pretty natural to flow a gold if you do a basic curve, so a free 4 on tier 1 is not that bad. You also saw 2 Chroma Wings in the opening shop. Now Chroma is really good to stay down for a strong card, but since yesterday's patch, there was actually a hidden patch, I don't think there was an update on it in the client, you're able to or they removed Chroma Wing, so the Chroma Wing cookie combi is gone from the game. You can no longer abuse just the super high health early minions, so don't roll for Chroma, that's not a thing anymore. Now here I found double Tavern Tipper, which is actually still pretty decent, because again on this turn I level and I buy 1 most of the time since I don't have a token, meaning it's easy to flow the gold. And as I mentioned, it's a spell lobby, so here we get a spell. I get gacha gift, so I can even potentially triple this card, which is huge, because I'm Omu, meaning I can just level here and just take it into a 4-drop, which is exactly what I did. Now about Tavern Tipper, I want to mention that this card is like okay if you have it in a situation like me, where you are gonna end up floating your gold because you don't have a token. Generally speaking, I would always still take a token over this. You don't just want to float gold like here. I'm not gonna just waste the gold for no reason. Don't get baited by a little bit of scaling and not buying a card, but if you know you're gonna have an awkward curve, you know, take it for as long as you can. Now this turn, for example, is beautiful. I can just double buy and waste the gold because I'm up 7 gold. It's stronger than just rolling here and double buying, so this turn also makes sense to just make good use of that passive +2/+4 scaling. And just like last game, because this is a spell lobby, we do want to be leveling like very aggressively. The reason why you want to level aggressively in spell lobbies is because you could hit on the house, which is a beautiful spell that with that spell you prefer leveling to tier 6, so you just discover a 6 shop on the spot. So you want to make good use of the evolving tavern and all those spicy things on higher tiers. Now this turn I could have just bought one and floated a gold again to with Tavern Tipper, but this is a good example of my shop being not good enough, and it's not worth to get +2/+4 and the bad card instead of just rolling and potentially getting a way stronger 4-drop, which is what I did, and I got Ring Matron. This turn again we just level up. Now we're not going to float a gold, it makes no sense. Instead this Doomsayer is going to allow me to get more value. I have a little bit of an advantage synergy, I have a taunt to protect my board, an extra econ or extra tempo is pretty good. I have already tripling into a 6, the big Chroma Wing into a Golden, not too scary. We're still winning fights, still on 37 HP, just keeping the tempo up. And now here's a spell, again no on the house. I've been getting horrible spell luck, I don't think I've ever had on the house, even on Ticketus. So our level was a little bit wasted, but then again we get to just level to 6 pretty freely here. I'm using the new one again that just reduces leveling by 6, so I get to level, roll, and find something. I'll just take whatever I get offered. So right now it's an early fell bet, which works because I do have a pair on Ring Matron, which is not that bad to scale up passively every turn. Now demons is not good. I would not recommend you try and force demons or go demons, because it loses to a lot of things. It loses to divine shield, so that's not my goal. My goal is not go hard forcing demons just because I have a fell bet. My goal is to just use it for tempo. I'm on tier 6. Potentially I could hit a golden fell bet or double fell bet and just use that to get really big really fast. But I'm going to keep my mech package still. So we actually have a really beautiful board right now. We're scaling with Arm, scaling up this Taunted Iron Sensei, which is still one of my favorite cards in the game, which buffs up a little bit of a put-bot. Then this pair on Ring Matron that I can still triple with this Doomsayer. We do finally lose a fight though. This Gendis with a Maw Bear, they were incredibly strong. But this Doomsayer could still provide me a triple, find me a second fell bet. Now here, Mackerel is such a strong card right now, especially on 6 because we can hit Greasebot, but I'm not going to take it yet without having the initial Greasebot. Brann also allows me to move into Menagerie in case I hit Strong Shells. There's a Strong Shell, but I don't have the gold for it because I actually don't want to sell anything on my board right now. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense. So this is one of those slow turns. We're just gonna roll, get some pieces together, and figure out where we're going from here. The tribes in the lobby are also more important than ever. Now dragons used to be super important again because Chroma Wing on 1 decided a lot of games. That's not a thing anymore, but max means that a lot of people are gonna end up pivoting into Greasebot comps or looking for that, which is what I did, which is why I want to go to 6 so early. And I've seen a lot of people now already, like previous opponent with Buster comp. There's also no Murlocs, meaning no Sephin, easy poison transition, but poison isn't that good in a mech lobby anyway. We're finally able to hit our triple Ring Matron here, seeing what we hit from this. Hopefully another Fellbat or Greasebot. No, we do not. Now, Imama, I'm not going to value. Like I said, I don't just want to fill out the board with random demons. We never win with that kind of stuff. So instead, the Uther could actually, you know, lead to a lot of stats or lead to me playing around Zap or whatever. It's already a top 5 though. We are facing a ghost. I'm just going to scale up this Amalgam or end on it, because what else would I end on? It's a demon that scales with Felbad. We could module it and it gives us Menagerie. So we still have this Brann that we could use. And now here it's about time we start doing something, because we're facing the Gendis again. I'm going to go out of my backline now that has just been giving me milk and giving me value. Sadly, the Doomsayer hasn't given me a single triple or anything really useful, but it's giving me money. So we're able to module the Amalgam now. So we have a Divine Shield that scales with the Felbad. It gives a Strong Shell even more value, and we enabled Jug because we now have 3 tribes. We have the demons, we have the mechs, and we have this hybrid card that just enables Menagerie, which is so cool. And now Uther, I remember when this card was revealed, I said, oh, it's really good on magnetic cards. You get like a lot of buffs from mechs, and I got so many comments saying, no, you can't use it on a magnetic because that's impossible. But you can use Uther on cards in the shop, so yes, you can indeed use it on a magnetic card like this module to instantly like double the stats of this Puppet, for example. So that's a cool little interaction that you need to be aware of. It's actually a huge buff. It's so much stats. It's better than a Smogger pretty much in a lot of situations. Now we're seeing someone with Greasebot again. They had the Beast package at first, but they do want to pivot into Divine Shields just because it's so strong. Luckily, not enough. We're able to beat the Gendis, not kill them though. But hey, we're still appearing to be really strong. And it's another spell turn. My spells, kind of whatever. No Ice Block, top shelf, not great either. So I'm choosing another hero power since I don't really have a hero power anymore. And we got Shudderwalk, which I was trying to figure out what battle cries we all played. I just figured we played some Jugs and some Scavengers pretty good, right? Maybe, you know, I can play some other ones this turn and next turn before I pop off. I still have this Brann. But then I also realized, shit, I played Uther. Uther sets a minion to 15-15, so I could set my entire board to 15-15. Now it's a bit of RNG. It can also hit stuff in the shop, so that way we could try and get lucky, but it's risky. So I was actually wondering if it's even worth playing these Shudderlings with Brann, or I could completely grief myself. We're seeing another Greasebot comp, this time with 2 Mantic Queens. A lot of people are finding the Mantic Queens the Greasebots, even though I've been on 6 longer than anyone else this entire game. I'm just having to stick with these stupid demons, but it's still enough. Like, if you just get whatever super early and you're able to just play for max stats, you often get yourself in a position where you're still able to beat people even though they have better cards than you, just because they found it later. So that's a really important reminder. And here's a triple on Soldivar, which is really good because obviously they have really big demons, and with Shudderling, you know, the Shudderlings could turn out pretty massive. Now, real quick, I accidentally sold my Amalgam. I think I should have sold something else because the Amalgam is a demon that could be eaten as well from the Shudderlings, but I have no time this turn. I'm just trying to go through battle cries. I have no time left because I was thinking for so long, and I need to play these Shudderlings still with this Brann, and I'm gonna have infinite gold, and this turn is almost impossible to optimize. So here I played a Shudderling. I wasn't quite sure what was gonna happen. I ended up somehow having a 222 183. I don't know where those stats came from. It was the golden Soldivar, I assume, and then some extras from wherever. I got a golden Greasebot in my hand all of a sudden, and I just ended on a Ring Matron. I forgot that the other Shudderling is not going to get any buffs because I actually don't have any more demons to eat, and obviously I had way more gold to spend that turn. So if you want to try and optimize that turn, go ahead to the start and try and figure out what optimal play is. I couldn't do it in time, and I definitely misplayed this, but hey, in the end it's about making the best possible decision with the time you have available, and you know, the knowledge you have available to you at that time. Luckily we didn't really get griefed by the Uther. Nothing really got set to 15-15 except for the Leroy, which is completely fine. I got a golden Manted Queen, which I did because I actually just have no tribes, so I mean 2 Manted Queens isn't even much better than a golden one. And Zap doesn't really counter that Pirate opponent, so we saw an APM Pirate opponent that was really big, and we know that Gendis is just that Greasebot comp that isn't super optimized, so I think we just win if we play around it with this Tunnel Blaster. Also a very quick reminder that if you do enjoy games like these and you're new here, to, you know, subscribe to the channel, and you'll maybe see more of them, because a lot of you actually enjoyed the voiceover stuff. I asked last video what you thought of it because I haven't done one in a while, but it seems like you guys enjoy it, so I will provide more. It's that simple. So yeah, this person is no longer playing with the Tabby Cats and with the Beast package. He's just going all in onto this max stuff, and clearly he just can't deal with the Tunnel Blaster. Has no poison or anything, so our little Shudderling should always close out the game. It does. And our Golden Grease bot also providing a lot of amazing skilling already, even though it's pretty late in the game. Now we're facing final opponent Pirates, who was really big, and I don't think Tunnel Blaster is going to be that good against it. So I'm mainly just going to roll 4 cards to fill out the board with. Like this Grease bot is not that good. This Tunnel Blaster, I prefer having another Leroy, maybe more Manted Queens, whatever I can really get my hands on. In the end, I rolled a bunch, and all I can find is Selfless, so that will have to do for now. Now, while we're going into this final fight, the update that I wanted to talk about is the day that you're watching this, which I think is Sunday, the 3rd. I actually am leaving for quite a bit, so I'm going to take a little bit of a break, and I'll be back after TwitchCon, which is closer to the end of this month. But I brought my camera, my microphone, and my laptop, so maybe I'm able to push out a little bit of content still while I'm away, hopefully. I'll still be checking socials, but if you guys want to stay up to date, I will, you know, usually communicate a lot via Twitter and maybe Discord, so be sure that you're following on Twitter if you want to stay in the loop. That's about it. So this final fight, as we see, Golden Baron and then Selfless, and he even plays Tunnel Blaster against me. I position like this, but my weaker units in front, so hopefully trying to get some decent value trades or bump some shields, all of the masses on it as well, because I know that they probably have Selfless, and then put my big dudes in the end, hopefully being able to finish off those trades. But my trades are really bad. Leroy had to go left here. Leroy had to attack into a shield. That was another 50-50, I think, maybe not. So we lost a bunch of flips in the end. We could have easily won or tied this. But hey, this was a fun game. Hope you enjoyed it as well. Massive Shudderling, how often does that happen? Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.